I'm going to demonstrate how to make a magic circle or a magic ring, which is the foundation of lots of crochet pieces worked in the round, and especially amigurumi. To start, you're going to identify the tail end of the yarn and the working end. The tail end is the side that's not attached to the ball. So this is the tail end and this is the working end of the yarn. You're going to hold up your left hand, palm up, with your 3 fingers out like this. And then you're going to take the tail end of your yarn and you're going to draw it across your middle 3 fingers of your left hand, and leaving about a 6 to 12 inch tail. And you're just going to secure that by putting your pinky right there. And you're going to make sure that the yarn is diagonally across from bottom to top across your 3 fingers. Next, you're going to wrap the yarn around the back of your fingers and then across so that it creates this X shape. Finally, you're going to wrap the yarn around the back of your fingers again and then just tuck it under your pinky so that it stays secure and that you can hold it there. So you should have this X shape in the front of your fingers, and if you flip your hand over, you will see this parallel lines like railroad track on the back. So now that we're all set up, you can grab your hook. So we're going to start by inserting the hook between your 2nd and 3rd finger and under the 1st string. We're going to be working under the 2nd string later, but we're going to go under the 1st string first. So I'm going to go with my hook under the 1st string, and with the tip of the hook facing downwards, I'm going to go over the 2nd string. So I've just gone with the tip of my hook facing down, under the 1st string, and over the 2nd string. Then I'm going to pull the 2nd string back under the 1st string. And I'm going to do that just by pulling back gently on my hook so that the 2nd string goes under the 1st string. Then I'm going to twist the yarn around my hook by rotating my hand away from me so that a loop comes up on my hook. Then I'm going to keep my hook with the tip facing upwards and identify the left leg of this V shape that I have going across the middle and ring finger of my left hand. And I'm going to have the tip of the hook facing upwards, and I'm going to go from left to right under the left leg of the V. So I've just gone from left to right with the tip of the hook facing upwards. So this looks like actually a new loop on your hook. So now you have 2 loops. You have this original loop that you made, and then you have this new like kind of half loop hanging out over here. You're going to pull this new loop through the original loop on your hook. And you're going to do that by just gently pulling backwards with your hook and giving it a little tug to get that first loop through the 2nd loop. It should look like this. Now you're going to take your left fingers out of this circle that they're now in by just gently pulling them out. So this circle that you have here is the magic circle. And you can see that the tail end is probably twisted up inside the magic circle. So usually I just want to get it out, so I just pull on it, pull the tail end through the loop. So now you can see the magic circle a lot more cleanly. Usually when you're working, you want to make sure that this loop around your crochet hook is really tight, or as tight as possible. And so to do that, you just pull on the working end of your yarn, which is attached to your ball, and just pull it so that the loop tightens around your hook. And when I begin working into a magic circle, I want to make sure that the loop part is probably no bigger than the size of a nickel, and maybe even about the size of a dime. So to make this loop a little bit tighter, I'm going to pull on the tail end of the yarn until it's about the size of a nickel. There we go. Now we're ready to begin working into it. And if you feel like you messed up and you want to restart, you can just pull your hook out of the loop and then just pull on both ends and it'll go away.